good things that God has done and is doing. Listening to Jack talk, I kind of linked to my granddaughter and I said it must be mother-in-law day, not saying all those good things about me. I said, or he wants me to do something. And I said, when he began to talk and he said we fought a lot, usually that happens, mother-in-laws can't get along with it. And, but when you serve God, God brings peace.
Yes.
And he brings it in a time, in an area where it is most needed.
Yes.
And so when he began to talk about that, Billy, I'm not long-winded, so we're not going to be here long. But I didn't left my Bible and was in a hurry. I had to get you right with Jack. I wanted the cars that our honey's going to work on. I say our honey because me and Teresa's sisters.
Yes.
Billy's mom, Kay, was our youth leader way back in 1965, 66. And we were just young girls, not even thinking about families, getting married and having children. We just fell in love with the Lord, and she was our youth leader. And she laid our foundation for the former pastor, Domingo, that left in with Teresa and me, and I could name some others, the York family. She laid our foundation, and she taught us how to sing. She taught us how to lead service, and she taught us how to testify, and she taught us how to preach. She put everything in us as young kids. We were like 12 and 13 years old. And now I'm in my 70s, and it's still here. So my foundation back then was solid, and I thank his mother for that because she put something there that was unshakable all these years.
Yes.
And she spoke a language that we were able to understand and put within us that never left us and kept. Sister Teresa testified. She said, I met my husband, and he's still my husband. And she said, and she said, we don't fight. Now, I don't know about that, but I'll have to take her testimony. They don't fight. And then Indian ways, when your sister, your husband is my husband. And back then, they used to, it reminds me of Little Big Man. When his wife's sister's brothers died, all of them became his wife. That's why I always call him our husband.
Yeah, Little Big
honey.
Man.
And he's going to be working on my car. Last Friday, I was going home, and my granddaughter was driving me home, and my car started knocking around the big curve. And I told her, something don't sound right, baby. And she said, what is it, Grandma? And so we kept going, and we got to the Y for Apache to go straight. It knocked even kind of louder. We went down through the Gore Gap, and it got louder. It concerned me, and then she began to hear it. And so I said, just slow down, and let's creep and see how far we make it. We made it to the station by the lake. We pulled in, and I said, I don't know what to do. I'm a woman. I don't know nothing about a car. I know how to put gas in. That's it. And I got out, and I seen where the oil thing was. I checked the oil. I had no oil in it. It was bone dry. And I thought I read it wrong, and I dipped it in and wiped it. It was bone dry. So I think they said I threw a rod. Now, the only rod I know of throwing is when I'm going fishing. It's when I throw my rod. That's the only thing I know about throwing a rod. But it messed it up. But I thank God for the church, for the pastor, and for the different ones that got my motor. And our honey's going to be putting it in, and I won't have to hitchhike. I won't have to bum rides. So I thank God for that. God will bless you back more than a hundredfold. I thank God for that.
Yes.
But I want to read, I didn't left my Bible, but out of Zephaniah, I need a reader. Zephaniah 3 and 4. God bless all your heart. I'll come back, Lord. Speak it to the north, speak it to the south, speak your word to the east and west, that it come up. Back, Lord, but go where the Holy Ghost sits. It's every night at 3 and 4.
Wow.
Familiar, and I told